Chokey, are we live? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Can we... How's the audio? It's a bit loud. I think I had it at 15 before, and I feel like that was pretty good. Let's see. Oh, sorry. I'm tabbing between different applications. 1, 2, 1, 2. Feels pretty good to me. I'm gonna try to stay not, like, eating the microphone today. So hi everybody. I'm live. I'm streaming. James C. Drone Music, boy. And yeah, so what I'm gonna be doing tonight is I'm gonna be working on a song, one you've probably already heard, if you listen to my music, and if you don't, cool. You get to hear it, I guess, for the first time. But yeah, so this song, Jazz Clubs of the Rich and Wicked, now Draft 5. It used to be Final Draft, but ever since I redid sort of my reverb methodology, this is one... There are several, but this is one of the songs I've been really meaning to go back and redo, because there's a lot that can be improved. I mean, look at this. The volume, I increased the stereo out because I was trying to make it louder. So what we're going to start by doing is always start by making a new draft, because if I don't, I'm just going to overwrite something important accidentally, and it will fucking suck. But yeah, okay, so made a new draft. First thing I want to do, let's just make sure this is assigned to the right drum map. Am I using Banger CD for multiple? Wait, that's standard. I am. What the hell? Why do I have you twice? Or maybe I was using different reverbs or... Sorry, I do have to refamiliarize myself with this song, but I'm doing... What? Hold on. Am I doing that with both? No. You know what? I think I must have done that just so I could give them different reverb spaces, but let me double check that and see. Okay, reverence, absorptive stage, and reverence. By the way, there's going to be some stuff you guys won't be able to see, haha, here. Just keep that in mind. These are actually the exact same reverb. Is the volume different? Because then, I mean, that would at least make some sense. Ah, okay, volume's different. So weird. Okay. This is, thing is this is a much older track, so much, of my processes have obviously changed. I am going to quickly check and just see if I am in fact live. I didn't really announce that I was doing this tonight. I didn't even necessarily plan to do this tonight. I kind of wanted to do it earlier, today. But, you know, it's, my grandpa's birthday, so. But, you know. Okay, sounds fine. We are live at least. Which is good. Let me turn that upside down so it doesn't reflect the light. Are we looking good? I also, I'm trying to use a different screen capture method. I'm going back to using the one I used to use. OBS had some updates, and they sort of incentivized using the other method. So I was using that for a bit. I was also talking to one of my coworkers the other day. I thought this was a saxophone. It's not. It's a muted trumpet, which is really nice. Do need to absolutely fix the reverb on that, though. And so that will be the first order of business, is just assign you to that, I guess. And then let's just rename some things. Drums 1. And then since this is actually the same, I'm going to call it drums 2, I guess. Because I can use the same... I think those two have the same reverb space, but I believe drums 3 here, or what is about to be drums 3, has a different reverb by a small amount. Okay. Reverence, absorptive stage A. So the space is the same, but the mix is different. Looks like that's the only change. That's fine. 40%, Jesus. I used to use so much reverb. And to be honest, I actually will... What I'm going to start... The way I'm going to tackle this to begin with is I'm actually going to... Okay, everything else is named. I'm going to keep all the reverb faithful to begin with. And we're just going to see how that sounds, honestly. So first we need to make an effects track. Effects... Let's say drums 1 plus 2. Okay. And then I need to match the reverence settings. Because I used to do reverence, which is my reverb plugin that I like using, or one of. I used to do that within the instrument like plugin interface. But then I learned a long time after I should have that you're supposed to send your instrument to a reverb track, which actually makes it a lot louder and just generally sound less shitty. So yeah. So technically this is the same one, but I'm gonna try this on for size just to see how the sound stacks up. If it sounds too different, obviously, then I will switch to the other one. Oh, wait, this is drums 2. Where's drums 1? Let's get rid of drums 3 for now. Here's drums 1. Okay, let's overwrite the reverb on that, or reverence on that. Boom, and then what I need to do is I need to go into this, and I'm pulling these on this screen, by the way, just so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing to get the gist, and then I'm going to be doing most of it on the other screen, my right side monitor here afterwards, because that will be, that's how I normally do it, and it'll be faster to just do things how I'm used to doing them, not showing you guys every step of the way. If I had some way to show both monitors easily, then I could do that, but I don't right now, and it'd be a pain in the butt to set up. Okay. So I'm going to try to do these back to back so you guys can hear what it sounds like. First thing, obviously, it's much louder. Obviously. That's the first, I feel like, big, noticeable change. Now let's turn that off and turn that back on. The space feels a bit bigger, if I'm being honest. So I'm going to try absorptive stage A, just to see if that sounds a little bit closer to how it sounds. Mute that, unmute that. Just... It doesn't. You know, it sounds different. I kind of like it the other way. That's so weird. I haven't had that before. Maybe if I increase the percentage. It's getting close now. I'm going to increase the size as well. That's weird. This is actually the first instance I've had where I preferred how the original sounded more, if I'm being honest. It's very strange. Yeah, as far as I can tell, everything else is the same. Absorptive stage A. It's the impulse response, 35%. Let's try doing it with the regular and just turn it like up a lot. Just increase the size. Increase the time scaling. It's closer. Well, it certainly sounds closer. It's often hard to tell, too, because it's just innately louder, you know? Something about the space feels different. I can't really put my finger on it. I don't know why. It's so weird. Let's try doubling the mix 70% instead of 35. Otherwise, I can always try a different reverb space. That's so weird, though. You know, I haven't really had that before, where I actually like how the original sounds better. It's very odd. Let's try B. 35. Maybe I'll combine both, honestly. That sounds kind of cool. Hola, Austin. How are you doing tonight, mate? Sorry, I'm working with some reverb stuff right now. It's being a pain in the ass. Maybe I'll go with the send for volume. That sounds quite nice, actually. Because I had the reverb as part of the instrument before, and now I'm trying to put it as a send, which normally lets mute the send. So that's how it sounds as part of the instrument. And that's how it sounds as the send, which obviously doesn't sound quite right. But if you keep it in the instrument and have it as a send, it's making it louder while producing a nice kind of doubling effect, I feel. Okay. Oh, also it's -2. Let's reduce that to 0. Also, let's make this 0. You're doing alright? Just a little upset you lost an argument. One of your favorite songs of mine? Well, here's hoping I don't fuck it up too much, huh? That's actually one of the goals tonight is, well, not to fuck it up, but to maintain kind of the original sound while also making it better, obviously, with my more modern techniques. And make it louder, because one of my biggest gripes, actually, with my old songs is I have to crank my phone volume up hella high just to hear them. And I like listening to my own music for the most part. I wouldn't make it if I didn't like it. That sounds not bad. The argument was if stuffing and dressing was the same or different. As far as I know, dressing is different than stuffing. Like, stuffing's the stuff you stuff in, like, a turkey, and dressing you put on, like, a salad. But I don't know. Maybe you're talking about something else entirely, and I'm just a lunatic. I'm going to try... I don't want to do this. I'm going to try to do it all without... Sorry, I'm just thinking. But I'm going to try, though, to do it all without the built-in reverb and do it the other way instead. And if that fucks up the sound... Excuse me. Because obviously you want to clean it up. But I don't want to ruin how this song sounds. Let's try it with this instead. Because this will probably work a lot better with this. And be a lot easier, I would wager. I also used to use tube compressors to, like, jack up the volume on shit. Okay, Thanksgiving stuffing and dressing... I don't even know what Thanksgiving dressing is. That's not really a term we have here. We have stuffing, which is what you put in, like, the turkey. But dressing is like, I don't know, maybe other people say it, but I don't know. I would think that'd be different, but I do not know. At least you weren't having an argument about something like, I don't know, like life-threatening. That's nice. That is good, my man. That is good. Wait, is this... Did I use the same gosh darn reverb space for fucking everything in this mix? What is wrong with me? Okay. God, that sounds totally different. What the hell, man? That is bizarre. I don't like this. Normally when I'm using these reverb spaces and doing it like this, it's... Oh, wait. Have I had this... Oh my god, I swear if I had this fucking muted the whole time. Just a sec. No, because I could hear it on this part. So it couldn't have been muted the whole time. Wait a second. God damn it. Am I just stupid right now? Hold on, chat. I'll be with you momentarily. I'm losing my mind right now. Wait, are you... Oh, I didn't activate it on you. Okay. I don't like this reverb space, I'm gonna be honest. I think how quiet it was kind of masked how weird it sounds. I'm gonna stick with it though, for the sake, and here's a little trick. Just duplicate it and then change it to be how you want it to be. So I want it to be 40% instead of 35% mix. I think that's the only difference, yeah. Yep. And then unmute that, and we'll just call it effects. Oh, and I can actually copy paste this as well. Copy paste, baby. Speeds things up. Dressing is stuffing that you cook in a pan and not, not in a turkey. That's the only difference. They taste the same and look the same. It's essentially one big tease for you. You hear the symbol at the beginning and want to hear the whole song and it gets cut off. Oh, God, I'm sorry. I know. Bro, this is like how I make songs. It's like I don't hear the song all the way through until I've like completed a chunk of it usually. It's re-listening to the like if this drives people crazy, I can totally understand. Oh yeah, that sounds pretty good actually. A little harsher than I remember it sounding. Hold on. Let's mute that and then unmute that real quick. That's the thing too, right? Is bringing out the volume in something can really bring out qualities about it that you didn't notice before. And maybe don't like. Oh, I didn't change this to the other one, lol. Hold up. There we go. Oh, that's a bit better. It is a bit harsh, isn't it? That's just the attack on it is a bit weird. Let me see if there's any quick controls for that. Oh, probably the emphasis. Well, that's the thing is I don't want to fuck with the instrument too much. I will slightly reduce the emphasis. That's better. Because the thing is, you know, you get in the later mix, and then if you start fucking with things too much, it's all going to start to fall apart. And then I'll actually delay the mix from 14.5 up to 15. I only learned about this quick controls menu, like, more recently than I should have. So I've been using that for a lot of stuff now, which is very good. Sounds better, yeah, a little bit. Also, dressing and stuffing of the same ingredients, legit only difference is how it's cooked. Well, I would say then it's still technically different. Because, I mean, that's like, you know, how something is prepared is literally the difference between one thing or another thing, right? At the end of the day. So, you know, I mean, whether it matters is pretty moot, but I mean, I would say that by your pure definition. Oh, I use Cubase 10 Pro. Cubase Pro. It is $500, but it's like a one-time payment sort of thing. And it comes with a number of built-in like synths, which I use. It has this one, Halion Sonic SE3, which is kind of a slightly watered-down version of Halion Sonic, but still has a lot of the synthetic instruments that I like. Although, I've actually been talking with someone recently who's like, man, your songs are so good, but your instruments suck ass. And I mean, I can feel it. I don't want to, but I can. If you give me a bowl of stuffing and a bowl of dressing next to each other, I won't be able to tell the difference. Sure. I mean, maybe, but that's like, I don't know. That's like, I don't know. I feel like there's got to be an example. Look, okay, here's one. So, like, a grilled cheese, right? That's cheese on bread, and you grill it. I feel like, to me personally, that's a little bit different than a panini, which you make in a panini maker, panini press, or whatever. Functionally, though, they're the same thing. You might not even be able to notice much of a taste, but they're a little different in how they're prepared. That's the only example I can come up with off the top of my head, I suppose. But I'm inclined to think that you could count them both as different things, but I'm also inclined to think at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. So, you don't need to listen to my point of view at all, because it is bullshit, as usual. Okay. So yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to remove the reference, or not remove it, but I'm going to mute it on all the instruments and create reverb tracks for that. Yeah, and that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. I'm just going to create identical ones, and it'll be good. That's so weird. The one that I use for this is the same one I use for this. You know, even though they're the same, I'm actually going to start splitting these up. Just because then I can work with them a little differently. Say in the future I want to modify it. Then I can do that. So I'm going to split these, even though they're literally identical tracks. I don't know. I like having things separate. It makes it easy to parse and work with and change if I want to make changes or need to make changes to something. And it also means you don't have as many things using the same sort of volume values, which is always nice. Okay. Now you want a grilled cheese? Yeah. Man, I went to this place earlier today. It's a taco place. I had this freaking pork belly burrito. I still actually have like half of it in the fridge, which I'm excited to eat. But yeah, it was my grandpa's birthday today, so we went there for his birthday. And damn, it was so good, man. We had some churros. We had that. They had some like chips and some different spices of salsas. It was lit. I'm not going to say the name of the place because it wasn't super far away. And I don't know. I just, some things I need to keep to myself, But anyway, it was good stuff. I'm not usually into like Mexican food, but I don't know, man. Something about it just hit right. And it was super cool. I also had some kind of alcoholic beverage there. I want to say it was called like a peachy or something. No shit, man. Really? Whoa. How old did she turn? My grandpa turned 76 today. But yeah, October 4th. Man, what a lucky day for both of us, huh? Okay, drums. Whoops, not soulful drums. Lol. Although soulful drums sound pretty epic. Man, I was going through some of my undeveloped songs recently because I have a long list of undeveloped songs. I think I teased that on a previous stream. But yeah, I was just going through that list earlier today or yesterday. But it's, man, I have some good shit that I've made like 2 segments of and just never developed. Which, to be fair, developing that stuff always is, that's the hardest part. It takes the longest amount of time, and there's the most room for sort of doubt and making mistakes and having to fix stuff. So it's understandable why I haven't, but it's exciting to know I have so much good shit in my back pocket, It's save it for a rainy day, work on it. And now I'm hoping to actually start doing these music streams a little more regularly because I have a lot of, like I said, a lot of music I'd like to develop. And I feel like doing it on stream is pretty cool. And then after the stream, you know, I put up, well, not yet because I'm pretty ahead on my Patreon uploads, but at some point, you know, it'll be like, oh, I do a music stream and then you can see that song draft the next day or something. I think that would be a really cool kind of function for Patreon, I feel like. And it would really integrate well, too. Ignore if something's loud as fuck, by the way. Just ignore that for now. Clearly, that will need to be fixed. Jesus. Oh, hold on. I also left... Wait a split second. Why are you like this? Absorb to stage A, 40%, yeah. You're not muted? No. That is way drier. Hold on. What the hell? That's super confusing. You can totally hear the reverb space more. That is freaking bizarre. What the... Hold on. I need to figure this out and fix it. What is wrong here? Let's try this other space. That sounds a little better. Okay. That sounds considerably better, actually. God damn. Oh, that's because I just muted that. I didn't actually mute the send. Hold on. Lol. You guys are gonna need some fucking limiters. Okay. What I've been doing on my late songs, especially with drums and stuff that punches really heavily, is I'll put a limiter and I'll start by just leaving it at output 0, so it's just limiting it to 0 decibels, which is still clipping technically or on the verge, but it's good for just really kind of restraining those really punchy things. And then I can always reduce it more from there. Also, this probably sounds weird because it's isolated from all the other stuff, you know? Normally you have all this other shit also in the mix, right? Which it's going to sound quiet and strange by comparison, but let's do like... That actually sounds way less shit, not isolated, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to reduce the limiters in all those to -0.5, though. This is also kind of a good record of, like, how have I changed this song? Though it's going to be infuriating for me to look at these videos and be like, why is everything off screen? But I just have to remember it's so much more of a pain in the ass to not. By the way, you'll say in the GC... Is that general chat? But you do have next Thursday off. Oh, yeah? Oh, or is that the group chat? Cool. Was that when we were going to do our group stream? Since we're all putting in the effort on that, we should actually probably put that out there. The thing is, too, is it still sounds weird because I haven't fixed the reverb and everything else, so the drums are so much louder than everything else. I haven't fixed the reverb. B, I haven't adjusted volumes accordingly. And even so, that still might end up a little bit kind of fucky from where it was. What I can always do is I can listen to the old song and just kind of compare it side by side. It might have a cleaned up sound to it, which is going to be interesting if that ends up being the case. I generally avoid that just because, I don't know, something about that to me just feels off, but let's actually try using that other reverb space here instead. First, pause. Absorptive stage. 35. Oh, that sounds better. A little bit. So I think using absorptive stage A sounds faker. I think using just the absorptive stage instead sounds better, to be honest. So I'm going to switch them all to that. And that was 40? Fuck, what was that? I want to say that was 40. You need a limiter. Because you are clipping hard. Oh yeah, I can actually just pull up the instrument and see what the percent on that was. It was 40. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's try working with this now. Let's just take it instrument by instrument, and then we'll kind of hear the whole mix once it's done. I feel like that's probably a good way of going about this. Because otherwise, this is going to get really... I'm closing a lot of these instruments. It's going to get really overwhelming. Just because there's a lot going on in this mix. So, yeah. Fuck, I forgot how that one just hits, bruh. It's so good. Okay, what's the reverb on you? Oh, I didn't use reverb on this. Oh, fuck. That's actually... So you're going to sound different no matter what I do. I could just increase the gain. Sometimes I do that just for fun. Just put a limiter on you. Do you have reverb? The more things that have reverb, the easier my life becomes, quite frankly. I think that little piano effect, the little electric keyboard, is like my favorite thing. That. But then I love the little... I tried to go for something that just sounded very, like, noirish. Because I love the, like, weird, sleazy kind of noir sound. I think it's just something about that sounds really awesome to me. So that was sort of what I was going for in this. Just kind of like a nightclub. Like a sleazy nightclub. Everything's got to be sleazy in a noir film, you know? But, yeah, it's fun. It's got a fun sound. This is probably my only real, like, good kind of, like, intrigue a little bit. But other than that, I would say it's probably my only, like, approaching a jazzy number sort of song, to be honest. Which is a shame. I've been meaning to make more. But it can be tough, you know? Trying new things. Okay, let me make sure this reverb is off. Are you on? Lol? I also really like how swingy the bass is. I have no other word for it. It's very swingy. And what is it? It's a modern jazz upright, I guess. You have a great night. Yeah, I know it's really late for you. I'll try not to fuck it up. And even if I do, I mean, there's always the last draft. I'm not going to call a fucked up version the last draft of it. I know better than that, at least. I can hear when one of my own songs is good or not, at the very least, so... If it doesn't sound good, I probably just won't put it out until I work on a few more drafts and it's in, like, a better place. I mean, like I said, too, it's not like I overwrite. Like I said at the beginning, boom, like, draft 5, that's the last draft I did, right? Before, I'm working on draft 6 now. So I keep all my old drafts. So, you know, if I fuck up this draft, I'll always have the old one, right? So, I'm not tripping. It's more an experiment than anything. It's one that's proven tougher than I was anticipating, I'm going to be honest. I thought this would be much easier. Holy shit, this one has a different reverb? Are you kidding me? This one is like New York City Church. That's cool. I should have used that for more things. The other one sounds kind of ass, I'm not going to lie. I actually might implement that for some other ones because I kind of like how that sounds. It's very crisp, very clean sounding. Okay, let's rename you Effects Bass. Yep. Only using one bass. Mute you. Change it to, was it New York City Church A? N, New York City Church A. Okay. Oh, weird. And I actually have New York City Church A and New York City Church A SR, which is something reflections. I don't remember what it is. Spatial reflections? Something like that. But yeah, okay. And let's see. Normal, 25. Got it. I feel like the bass is going to be the easiest to get right, just because it's such a good sound to begin with. Like, it's kind of hard to fuck up something that's so rad. Might be a little loud, though. Oh, I'm not there yet, lol. Ooh, that's clean. Definitely need to reduce the limiter on that bad boy. And let's actually reduce the amp sim mix to 30. I'll leave that alone. Sometimes it's knowing how much to fuck with and how much to just leave it alone. What's the release? Okay, I haven't messed with that. I actually want to start with the bass. Boo. Oh god, that's such a good bass line. It's so classic. Boo. I mean, it sounds classic to me. It's classic in terms of my definition of like what jazz to me sounds like, so. Which I'm sure to like a real jazz musician is like, man, you're dumb, man. Like, whatever. It's cool. To me, that feels like a very classic, jazzy kind of bass line. But, I don't know. Alright. So, electric keyboard has like the absorptive stage one. But if that sounds stupid, I might go try the New York Church one. Because that's pretty cool, honestly. Not gonna lie. Let's fix you, though. Let's hear what? Absorptive stage A again, probably. But I'll try just regular absorptive stage, because I feel like that sounds ultimately a bit better. Less fakey fake, you know, it's more of a real kind of spatial thing. I don't know why I use this. It was weird, because when I used to use reverb as an insert effect, meaning you're applying it on the instrument itself. It affects the sound of the instrument. So I used to make reverb so like precise because it was changing the sound so much, and so you need to make it sound good, you know. But obviously that's not really a concern anymore. Let's put. You know what the bass needs? It needs a teeny bit of EQing just at the super low frequency to bring out the definition. $30 maybe. Fucking bass on that bass is so intense, dude. Oh, the drums also need EQing. Like, absolutely they do. Hold on. Like, I think that's why the kick is a little too intense. Oh, wait, I accidentally applied that on the night split. My bad. Nope, I don't think... Well, it'd probably be good to apply some light EQs to all these instruments, if I'm being honest. But I'm not going to, because I don't want to. Ooh, that cleans it up, I feel like, a lot. Especially if I'm going to be having another one in there. Although the other one needs some of that as well, to be honest. Hold on the frickin' drums too, that was also 35? Why did I feel like you were different? I don't know. Oh, it was the volume difference. Yeah, your volume was down on that one a little, wasn't it? I'm gonna do 50 and a 48 cut. you can totally hear how that... Ugh. It hits less hard. Still hits hard, but it's a lot cleaner. It's no longer like clippy and gross, which is the desired result. I am, however, going to reduce the limiter on all these to -1. And I'm gonna do something similar with the other instruments as well. Because I'm actually kind of trying to make the whole mix a little quieter, because I can always work it back up. But I want to start making it quieter, and I'll probably do the same with the bass as well, to be honest. Oh, it's already -1. What did I put? Okay. So I'm going to listen to everything here that's not the saxophones. And I'm just trying to listen for what hits unpleasantly. Oh, and I also forgot to do something else, which is massively affecting things. So you might notice this bar, which is the drums 3 effects track, hitting really loud. That's because I completely forgot to put a limiter on all the effects tracks as well, which is that's something I actually learned later on after I started using limiters, because you still have that sort of parallel sound. So if you don't also have a limiter, and I don't always do it the same amount, but it should have some kind of limiter on it, because otherwise that can just as easily clip the mix. Oh, I need to do that with the bass one as well. I can already hear it, because that also is affecting how loud the reverb, I feel like, itself is. That's what I think anyway is happening. I could be wrong in that regard, and if so, and someone knows what they're talking about, please correct me, but that sounded abysmal, whatever just happened right there. Ew, gross. Why are you like this? Oh, okay. Oh, because I don't have one on these either. Hold up. So it's like doing multiple things, and it's like, oh, what's happening? I don't really know, dude. Shit, dog, I don't know. And also, I'm using my mixing headphones right now, which are going to give me the best chance of, like, creating an overall clean and nice to listen to mix. Though they're a bit bass light, to be honest. But that's actually good for me, because it lets me really hear how things are mixed. Why are you hitting so hard? Did I, like, increase the... No? That sounds so fucking gross. That like, it's too much. I think it's actually the bass itself, to be honest, that's doing that. What's my limiter on that? Let's try making it negative. Okay, that's -1. What's it on the reverb? Is it also -1, or is it -0.5? It's also -1. Weird. Ah, you can hear it. Boop, 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 boop. And so what I'm going to do to try to counter that is I'm going to put a EQ on the reverb track, which I don't do all the time because it can sound a little funky. But can also be a nice mix saver sometimes. I'm going to cut less frequencies than I am with the other one. Trying to give it a little more definition. And what I actually did with this frequency, I think, yeah, so I'm going to turn that into, is I'm going to actually do a low shelf instead. At 125, which means I can actually probably go a little lighter on the EQ in the reverb. Okay, let's try listening to it start to end and see how bad it is. Did I fix the reverb for you already? Put a little, I don't know if you could hear that, I put a little pre-delay on the reverb here. So what pre-delay does is it's the delay time between when the sound of the instrument plays and the sound of the reverb plays. So let's say I have it at 0. Let's say I have it at 25. So as you can hear, there's the instrument and then the reverb. It can create kind of a doubling effect sometimes, which can be a little bit kind of awkward. But if you get it right, it can help. I'm gonna also actually go through on this one and I'm gonna do an EQ on it, and I'm just gonna see if it doesn't use the low frequencies. I can start cutting those. But by doing that, see, cutting those low frequencies, opening those up for other things. This really doesn't sound as loud as it should, though, if I'm being honest. Like, this and this sound usually much louder in the mix, which is making me wonder if I don't need to find some way to boost that volume, actually. Well, the problem is this one isn't... I don't even think this one has reverb on it. No, it doesn't. So unless I just fucking make up some reverb for you to suddenly have, you're gonna sound unusual or quiet. Just kind of innately, I'm afraid. It's annoying. Huh. Well, what I can at least do, actually, is I'll remove the limiter from that one. And you too. I'll remove the limiter from the saxophones in general. Kind of open them up a little. I feel like that's sounding better without completely losing the original sound. You know what I mean? Like, hearing it all together like this, it really, like, sounds more right, I feel like. The mix is still a bit of a mess, though. This needs to be so much louder than it is, and I don't know, other than just jacking up the pre-gain or the volume, how I'm gonna do that. I guess actually what I should do is I should EQ it to get those higher frequencies up a bit higher, I think. Okay. Well, I need to open up the high. I'm gonna use a high shelf on this. Let's do 2.5. Yeah, the really low frequencies in this one aren't really doing anything. So I can totally cut those. hate it when it's like 30.5. I'm like, nah, be 30. 24.5, nah, be 25. Lol. Did I EQ the... I did. I'm gonna fiddle around with some of these. So like you and you. I'm gonna reduce that to 90. Let's take you. I'm gonna reduce you 95. Let's reduce you slightly. Okay, this is what I do sometimes. I'll just like randomly reduce or elongate certain notes by like by a very small amount, and I feel like it adds enough variability where it sounds more interesting. Both of you notes. I'm gonna put one at 90, one at 92, and one at 88. I'm gonna shorten you by 2 and you by 1. Nah, I'm just gonna leave you both shortened by 1. This section needs to be, I think, a peak at 100. I think I had it right the first time in terms of what I was doing to reduce the bass by a little bit. I'm trying to use EQs to create extra space here too. I feel like that hits slightly too hard. I also want to have some slight overlap there. This needs, I want this one to be shorter. Half full. I feel like it's adding a little more depth to it. It's just nice. I think the EQ's probably good now. Hold on, let me see here. This needs to be more to the right, maybe? Where do I have it placed there? This is actually like a placed in the mix kind of thing now. What are you? Where are you? Why are you? Is that crash? No. God, I'm sorry about that. Ah. There you go. Hi-hat open. Oh, wow, you're centered. Oh, okay. That's kind of strange. And what is it on this? Hi-hat open. Centered. I'm going to move this one more to the right to kind of support the mix here. So let's go right 18. That's actually maybe the only real difference I'm making. Sounds a bit better. Let's go 20 instead. Dude, that's too, like, harsh. Oh god, why are you hitting at that velocity? No wonder it's hitting so harsh. Oh, and it's hitting there and there? Ew, gross. Okay. Okay, let's... So I think part of this is just honestly space work here. My space work is somewhat lacking. What are you? Kick 2? Okay, that's a centered thing. That's fine. You're the problem. Are those tom drums on this one? Sound like it. Those sound too big, too, which is weird. Oh, this is drums 3. Hold on, it's the wrong kit. This one. Jesus, why are you so loud? Also, one trick I've been using recently. See how that just keeps going. I've been on drum samples especially. I've been setting the end a bit early. So you can hear like, but you would never notice that though in like a mix, right? And then I'll fade the sample out a little bit. So it basically it doesn't make it drag out so damn long. Hits a little bit harder. I'm actually going to move you to 2 instead of 1.5. 2 seconds ish. And then I'm still gonna, I want the curve to start at like 1 second. But yeah, that, is it 2? What the hell's, it says 37, which is like respectable. Let's actually make you 35, and let's make you like 50. So we can get a good, like in toward the center. Yeah, and then let's make you not ridiculous. Let's make you not hit like a freaking truck over here. Jesus. Is it because you're so damn loud? I do not know. Let's do like 85. Sometimes I write it manually, sometimes it's faster. Just trying to get these drums not to like clip and sound okay, you know? And that, like, I actually really like how that sounds. It was kind of grating when I was first integrating it into this, but I feel like it adds some nice flavor to it. God, it's such a, this is one of my most like simple drum lines. I usually add so much freaking little variation in the velocity data, but this was way back when, you know? I didn't really know how to work with all that. Okay, another little thing I want to fix position of these snares, because you don't sound right. Where's snare 1? The hell? Oh, I see what I did. Okay, so because we have 1 on the right, let's do like, oh, this could actually be really interesting. And let's pan you right slightly. Ooh, that's fun. That's spicy. Wait, you can... Okay, I learned something new. You can change... Because certain drums, right, have different, like, hit types. Boom, boom, versus boom, boom, boom. So, boom, but you can also, with these, change the endpoint, which is really cool, and I did not know that. So, learn something new every day. So I'm going to make sure they all end at 2, just for consistency's sake. And so it, I don't know, so it doesn't sound weird. Since these are quiet though, the only one I'm going to actively fade is this one, and I'm going to actually fade it a little more aggressively, I think. Because I really don't want it to last as long, and I could do like a little tiny set in, like a fade in length if I want to. Which makes it not hit quite as hard. Ooh, that actually sounds kind of nice. Because then you're getting the kick. The boom from the kick with the doom from the... Let's bring you in a smidge. Bring you in a smidge. If that's the case, let's put you out a smidge. You obviously want that in the middle to boom, that to hit the loudest and the hardest and be the most like, woo, kind of thing. But yeah, I think that's probably good. And that's little things you might not notice too, is like he changed a little thing in the mix that like makes it A, not clip because you don't have as many things hitting in the exact same spot in the left and right channel. So that's A. And then B, you're also, you know, slightly changing how hard something comes in, how hard it hits, you know. Because having something that punches right off the bat and something that fades, you don't have as much harsh sound kind of overlap fighting for attention in the mix. And so playing around with like when a sound is hitting, when it's fading in, can really help make a nice mix. I'm going to attempt something real quick, and it probably won't work. But literally all I'm going to try to do is I'm just... Oh, what the... Why the fuck... Hold on. I didn't realize this had a release time on it, and it was 15. This is where panning comes in. So I used to pan the instruments on the instruments themselves, if I've panned this at all, which is a big if. Okay, so I haven't panned this main instrument at all. That's just straight up center channel. Whatever, that's fine. Have I panned you? Doubtful. Okay, I haven't panned you in the automation because I had no clue what automation was at the time because I sucked. Didn't pan you at all. So this needs to be panned left. I can hear it. I can hear what it's supposed to be in the mix. Doesn't need to be panned much. If you pan it like -6, that'll count as like -15. Hold on, -10. Close enough. Ooh, hear how that opens it up. That sounds so much better. But yeah, I try to keep things panned slightly off center. Because it just produces a much bigger mix, which sounds really nice. This one I'm probably going to pan right slightly. Because I tend to... It's so weird. I've found that higher pitch things sound better panned to the right. I don't know. It's weird. And lower pitch or things sound better panned to the left. But I'm going to pan it to the right in an identical amount to how much the other saxophone is panned to the left. So it should be symmetrical. Ooh, that's tasty! I like that. It's really good. Oh, one other fun thing. I used to do volume values at 100. I now do them at 98, and I'm about to show you why. So what that is this bar right here, which you can see was -4.2 versus -4.5, which 98 makes it. 127 is 0, so I'm reducing the volume by 0. I was talking with my a pal recently by the name of Devonte. He does music online. You could probably find him, Devonte Win. Cool dude. But anyway. What was I saying? Yeah. But I was talking with him, and he was telling me I should be using expression and modulation instead. That was like a big thing we've been talking about recently. He's shown me a lot of cool musical stuff. But yeah, it's something I haven't quite wrapped my head around yet, so I'm not going to be implementing it today. But it's something I've been working on for sure. And it's a cool tool that I'm trying to add to my tool belt. But anyway, I guess my point was I should probably be replacing the way I do volume automation with that to some extent. But no. I don't know. I don't have a good answer. Just, no, I'm good. But yeah, I am going to adjust those volume values for whatever instruments it might concern. And I have been doing a lot more dynamic automation stuff in my more recent work. But this is not one of those. So I will not be futzing around with what's already here too much, because it can make it sound not like it does right now, which isn't the goal. The goal is obviously to make it sound better, but ultimately not change the sound of it too much, because it sounds good as it is, but it's very quiet, which is one of the big problems. It's quiet and a little sloppy in some places. That's a lot of my work is it's quiet and a little sloppy in some places. Here we go. I'm trying to be very precise here, because I don't want to fuck up this curve too much. It's pretty easy to mess up one of these curves. Suddenly you have this bottom, see? Like it is now. I kind of already fucked it up, but whatever. Let me... Yeah. Yeah, maybe I should just redo this altogether, to be honest. What's the value here? If I keep those two end values the same, it should be fine. And you start here at 100 and halfway here. That's halfway, right? Let's do 64 to make it easier. I'll make it halfway. It's close enough. Alright, I need to start on the left at 98, I should say. 98 is what I need to start at. I think I was already there. I just fucked up. That is not starting in the right place. Come on now. Work with me, please. Don't ask for much. Just that you don't fuck up royally all the time. Sorry, I'm like right on the mic right now. I'm just like, I've just been concentrating on working on the music so much, you know? I haven't even been paying attention to the streaming aspect too much. Hope anybody who might be hanging out with me is having a good night. Yeah, it sounds fine. That's quite frankly much closer than I thought I would get that. That's a lot better than I thought it would be. Okay, let's just copy the 98 value and then we'll just paste it over here. I just like having that as solid info coming in case, for whatever reason, this is different, right? Like if this is 95, then it's going to come in here at 95 when you want it to be 98 going into that curve, so... Oh, that sounds so much better. Yeah, having everything concentrated in the middle was really fucking with this song. I actually might pan this bass to the right a teeny bit, to be honest, because having it where it is a little bit screwy. But first, I'm just trying to make sure I have everything that should be at 98 instead of 100 at 98 instead of 100, so... I might actually copy-paste that curve if this is at 100. 98, and then... Oh, but that's all one thing, so that's fine. What are you, 100? Yes, you are. So I am going to exactly copy-paste this, because this is probably one of the nicest curves I have made in a smidge. A smidgen. A little wee smidgen of time now. Nice. It's slightly shorter than the other curve. That's fine. I really don't mind that, being honest. Okay, what I might do on this one is I'm going to extend the start time so it ends right here, I think. Just because I can, silly. Silly Billy. What are you? 56, so I can go 4 more. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then with this one, I'm gonna pull this one back, I guess. That's fine. See, have a slightly more dynamic curve. Just a little bit more interesting, I think. And then, God, if you look at all this shit, this is fucking weak shit compared to my usual work, but oh well. That's the thing, you know, these old tracks, they have their charm, and I don't want to destroy that. And the easiest way to destroy that is absolutely annihilate what is. And you can tell the way I used to work. Look at, like, you know, some of this has some velocity, like, variation, but by the end, I just clearly gave up, you know? But that's the thing, too, is you don't necessarily notice something like that in a cool mix, I think. So, I think that really overcomes it, personally. Excuse me. Okay, something I'm actually noticing with that sound is that the fade out is really abrupt, so I'm going to do that. I'm just gonna set the fade out length so it doesn't like cut off awkwardly. And I'm gonna set these. Oh, you guys can't see this. I'm setting the fade out length a little bit. Is there a... No, okay. It's the same sample. See, that's a lot nicer sounding. It's not so nice sounding, but that's fine. Just need to set the fade out length a little bit less. Change it. Oops. Change up the curve a little. See, you can't hear it as much, which is what I want. Make that curve maybe a little more. Okay, and then I need to do the same with this drum because obviously this drum is using the same sound. Yeah, there's like a weird little like sample right at the end that I just don't think sounds very good personally. That's fine. There we go. And it's alright if they don't sound, you know, one-to-one identical. I mean, giving a sound a little variation never hurt. One thing I also might do is either... because I really like the bass reverb space, so I might play around with the reverb, either the reverb space on this, or I could try putting a stereo enhancer on there, which could very well make it sound a little bit nicer, a little wider, help it fill up the space, and then I could always reduce that effect as I integrate more things into the mix. So I may actually try that real quick. Let's see, un stereo enhancer. Bro. Oh, that's so strange. Yo.
Hello.
Hey. Yep. You're good. Hold on, folks. Having some kind of weird e-licenser error. I thought the stream froze. I thought my computer froze for a second there. I got a little scared. But this should be easy enough to fix, hopefully. Unless it's not, which we'll find out pretty soon. I was backing up some files, so I can only assume that it's because that's why. It looks like that backup is done now. So weird, man. I haven't saved in a while. I probably should. It does auto-save, fortunately. So, but I've never gotten that freaking error before. It's so bizarre. What does it want from me? What do you want from me? Close that. Hold on, I'm gonna try unplugging and then replugging in the e-licenser. See if that works. BRB. Oh, and it does look like the stream froze. Freaking weird. Well, the audio didn't freeze, but it looks like the screen capture froze. Oh, the face cam froze too. Oh, that's so bizarre. What the hell? Looks like the stream is still going. Let me just try refreshing it. Hold on. Open it. How do I refresh this thing? I don't even remember anymore. Hopefully it hasn't been broken long. I did feel like we were having too long without any problems, right? Had to be too good to be true. How on earth? Huh. I don't want to fuck up any settings. That's what I'm worried about doing right now. 709, color range default. It's weird too because when I remove it, it does remove it. So weird, mates. I might just have to call it a stream for the night. Yeah, I think I'll probably call it a stream for the night. Figure out these technical difficulties and then hopefully either get back to this song tomorrow or stream something else some other night. But hey, I hope you all at least enjoyed this experience. I don't know what happened there. That was a little bit weird. But like I said, I'll figure it out. Thank you everybody who joined in, and thank you to my wonderful Patreon patrons. Thank you Automated Comment, and thank you Austinator. I had a lot of fun doing this tonight. Hoping to continue working on this song once I get my weird issues sorted out here. But yeah, take care of yourselves and take care of each other, everybody. Much love and respect. James C. Drone, signing off.